Now let's talk about Larissa and Colt. Who didn't see this coming? Colt has to be the most timid, naive, foolish man I have ever met. All the signs, red flags have literally been thrown in your face. Larissa has literally went upside your head, and you still refuse to believe that this woman is no good. Refuse. So, what happened? You know, Larissa's still upset about the whole fight. So, Colt says that Larissa spazzed out. Okay? It was a big shock to him. In his words, she just spazzed. Okay? Just a huge shock. Alright? He just cannot believe that this woman is acting this way. So guess what she did, y'all? She went upside his head again and again. Okay? So she's done assaulted him. She locks herself in the bathroom. Okay? He says he deactivated her phone. Now, I'm going to need for y'all to answer this for me. Now, he deactivated her phone. She locked herself in the bathroom, but he says that she gets on social media and tells her followers that she's in danger, she needs help. So, one of her followers, or several followers, called the cops. He didn't call the cops. He didn't know who called the cops. But one of the followers called the cops. Well, how'd she get to a phone? Did she do all this before the deactivation? I'm confused. Because I'm like, she got two phones. Like, but anyway, honey, the cops showed up. Boom, 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 boom. Alright? Honey, Colt didn't get to the door fast enough. Honey, they done kicked in the door. Alright? They handcuffed Colt. Alright? They're like, listen, we got a call saying some domestic dispute going on. We're going to separate you. We're going to put you in handcuffs because we don't know what's going on. Are you the aggressor? Or is someone else the aggressor? Because the phone calls we got, the female in this house is the one that's being abused. Now, let me tell you some TLC producers. Okay? This is what we need to see. Okay? We don't want to hear about Colt doing the play-by-play. We want to see the play-by-play. We want to see Larissa spaz out, go upside Colt's head, lock herself into the bedroom. What's wrong with y'all? We want to see the officers kicking in doors, taking names, handcuffing people. We want to see marks on Colt's neck, face, head. That's what we want to see. This is why we're tuning in to this trash dumpster of a show. Okay? That's what we want to watch. I do not want to hear Colt's sad, monotone play-by-play. We want to see it. Okay, producers? All right. So, the officers, after, separating everyone, getting all the information, seeing that Colt is a scared little mouse and Larissa is the tiger. Honey, they took the handcuffs off Colt and put her right on Larissa and said, you got to go. Larissa gets hauled off to jail, okay, for domestic battery. Two. Now, she didn't learn her lesson the last time. Neither did Colt. Sitting her butt back where she came from. Oh, no. It was all forgiven, okay? Case was dismissed, all right? You just got to be on your best behavior, Larissa. Oh, no. Nope. Okay, she done spazzed out. Now, here Colt is trying to figure out how he going to get his wife out of jail. He don't want her in jail. Okay? He don't know what's happening to her in jail. Honey, Larissa look like she could take care of herself in that jail. The other women are probably scared of her. So, he says that he don't have any money to get her out. He don't know how much the bail is, but he ain't got it. Well, you would have had it if you didn't, be so passive and plump your wife's lips full of poison, okay? Y'all remember when they went and got the wife's lips plumped up? spending dinners. Okay, y'all should have had a lean cuisine at home. But now you ain't got no money. Why ain't you got no money, Colt? Why is that? And let me ask y'all this. I guess the laws are different in Nevada than they are here. But here, I don't care if you are involved in domestic assault, battery, violence of any kind. There is a protective order / restraining order already issued for the aggressor, which would be Larissa. You can't even be around that person for a protective order or a restraining order for 7 days. The aggressor cannot go anywhere near the house or said person. So how is it possible that not only does Colt get to bail his wife out, that she gets to go home with them? It must be different laws in Nevada. I just thought that was so odd. But anyway, so Colt finds out that the bail is $1,000. Well, he says he don't have $1,000. So he goes to a bondsman. Honey, y'all see Mr. Tony? Honey, Mr. Tony had that 1994, jumpsuit on. I was like, Tony, where'd you get that jumpsuit? You knew you was going to be on camera. You pulled out that good old... Honey, he looked like one of the members of Naughty by Nature. Did y'all think? I was like, is that Naughty by Nature? But anyway, Mr. Tony was like, I can do you one. I hook you up. So he had to give Mr. Tony $150, plus it was like $50 for some processing fee. So it was $200 cash. And Mr. Tony said, listen, if your wife don't show up for court, not only am I going to look up her, I want to find you. And you don't want that. And here's Colt. No, I don't want that. No, you don't want that. Because Mr. Tony's wife, whoever she was, wife, sister, shorty, she look like she will bust you all up in your neck. Did you see her? Ooh, Lord. You do not want Mr. Tony to come knocking on your door, child, now. So, Colt, he waits and he waits and he waits and he waits outside that jail to get his wife. She finally gets out of jail. He takes her home and she ignores him. She don't want to have nothing to do with him. I'm sure she's upset and she's embarrassed. She's worried because she can and possibly will be deported this time. Here's Colt. I'm so worried about her. I hope she don't get deported. So he goes up there trying to smooth things out and she was like, get out. She wasn't having it. So he goes, he picks up his mom because his mom was on vacation. So she comes back and she was like, oh my God. Of course, Mama Colt done. She said she needs to be deported. I am so tired of this fussing and fighting and Larissa just tearing up our happy home because she a whole fool. I'm tired of it. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her one single bit. Okay? She finds out that Larissa done cut the screen to her bedroom window, that she done went through her things, and then she was like, why did she do that? Here's Colt. I don't know. She was like, why did she go through my things? Here's Colt. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it? Oh, we going to talk about it. Why is Larissa in my stuff? Why is she damaging my property? Honey, Larissa is a whole mean, vindictive, coward snake. Honey, she's just a whole mess. And she got to go. Okay? Colt is a fool. He's an idiot. And this whole thing is a mess. Larissa got to go. Okay? And Mama Colt, she needs to go. Mama Colt needs to find her boyfriend and, just have her happy life without Colt and his foolishness. This was just a whole mess. But I was here for it. What y'all think about it? Russ and Powell. But let me just say this. They did not show Nicole this episode. Good. I guess the producers are tired of her too. Anyway, let's talk about Russ and Powell. Alright. As y'all know, she does not want to go to the hospital. She doesn't want any type of pain medication. You know, she wants a midwife there. I got the name right, y'all. Midwife. I was trying to figure out what was the name of the people who do that. Midwife. So, of course, Russ, you know, he's still on the fence about it. You know, he's like, he will feel, you know, more safe. She will feel safe, you know, around doctors, nurses, you know, medication, because he don't want to see his wife in pain. He's not really keen on, you know, having this baby in the water, you know, where he bought a $1.99, you know, baby pool from Target. He was like, and I gotta inflate this. I mean, how we gonna clean this up? Ew. So Pal, she is firm. She's like, I am going to have this baby in this pool, you know, with the midwife. And that's that. So Pal's mother, she comes to visit. And honey, she's a little firecracker. She's like, pool? Midwife? Oh, no. You know, I've had 6 kids, okay, in the hospital with medication. What are you talking about, you know, in the pool with a midwife? She was like, you know, and the mama was so funny. Mama was like, is she a doctor? What the doctor had? What the doctor? I need to see a degree. Pal was sitting over there just like, Lord, I'm just going to let my mama vent. I'm going to let her vent. Let her get it out, because I'm not changing my mind. All right. I'm going to have my baby, you know, in this pool. So, you know, the mama was just, you know, worried about it, and, you know, but she didn't get her way. Pal decided on having a midwife, and she's going to have the baby in that pool. So, that's Russ and Pal. Y'all know nothing going on with them two. Nothing. Talk about Jay and Ashley. Jay's sister, Poochie, the brother, and his niece are leaving. And, of course, tensions have filled, and Ashley and Jay get into an argument right there in front of Poochie. And, you know, Poochie, you know, asked Jay. She was like, you know, you left out chunks of the story. I didn't realize that, you know, you had invited this girl to your house, you know, that you was talking sexually to this girl. You was lying to this girl. You lied to Ashley. You just gave me the assumption that you was just talking to someone online. You was doing a little bit more than that. And so Jay, you know, looking like a fool on a stool, he was like, I'm sorry. You know, what else can I say? His whole thing is, you know, well, I'm bored. You know, I don't have any paperwork. I can't work. I don't have a job. All right? I'm just sitting here all day. And, of course, Ashley was like, oh, please. You know, that's no excuse, you know. So, of course, she calls him a child. When Ashley called him a child and told him to grow up, I said, ding, 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 ding. You married a child. You married a 19-year-old boy. And how old is Ashley? In her 30s? Ridiculous. Do y'all remember last season when he was sitting at the kitchen table sucking down that Capri Sun? Child, I would never forget that. You married a man who's sucking down your baby's Capri Sun. You know that Capri Sun's supposed to go up your baby's lunch? And now you talking about he's a child and he's immature. We all knew that. You were told. Okay. Ashley, you were warned. Your best friend told you. He cheating on you, girl. I mean, but you know, Ashley, this is a new revelation. You know, she's sick of it. Now, 2 weeks ago, she said that she was going to give Jay another chance. She had forgiven him. And like I said, if you forgive him, let it go. It's in the past. But of course she can. She's going to keep on breaking it up. Because in actuality, she never forgives him. Never. Okay? That will always burn a hole in her soul. So, the sister is like, you know, this upsets me because I want y'all to get along, honey, sister Poochie. They ain't. They are not going to get along. They are going to get a divorce. It's just a hot mess. Poochie, take your kids, take your brother, and take your butt back to Jamaica. Don't you worry, you're going to be seeing your brother real soon. Real soon in Jamaica. Okay. Andre, whoo, more and more I see Andre and Elizabeth, they both get on my nerves, okay? But let's talk about Andre and Elizabeth, okay? It's the day of the baby shower, and one of Elizabeth's sisters decided to throw the shower for her. That shower was too cute. Wasn't it cute, y'all? Oh, it was adorable, okay? So I was like, oh, that's so cute. So Andre, you know, at first, you know, everybody was kissy, huggy, how you doing? And then, my girl Jen walked in. I like Jen. In fact, I like all of Elizabeth's sisters. And I don't know, I just like them. Jen comes in, she was like, how y'all doing? Honey, Andre gave her a good side eye, okay? The one that's hosting the party. What's her name? Kimberly? What was her name, y'all? Becky. Y'all, Becky. Her sister Becky was throwing the party. So anyway, Andre gave Becky that good side eye, okay? Because Andre don't like Jen. Okay, Andre don't like the family, period. But he don't like Jen because he thinks that Jen was the one that started the big fight from last week where he snatched that cell phone, you know, out of Elizabeth's hands. So he was under the impression that Jen was not coming because he had asked Elizabeth earlier. He was like, is Jen coming? Elizabeth was like, I don't know. Now, you know, Elizabeth knew darn well that her sister was going to go to her baby shower. She knew she was coming, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. So Jen shows up and, you know, Andre, he felt like he should have been told that Jen was going to be there. He felt like Becky should have approved it with him to invite Jen. That's what Andre thought. Honey, Becky let him know real quick because, see, they were talking in the kitchen. Andre, you know, raised his voice up a little bit. And Becky was like, not in my house. Let's go to the side. Let's go to the side. So they go off to the side and they talk. And so basically he was like, listen, you know, this is our baby shower. And you know I did not want her here. And you should have told me she was coming. I did not want her here. And Becky was like, I'm giving this baby shower. This is my house. And I will invite whomever I want to invite. Who are you to try to tell me I can't invite my sister to my other sister's baby shower? You done lost your mind. Did you trip when you come inside my house? My house. Okay? I will invite whoever I want to, whether you like it or not. I was like, you better tell him, Becky. Becky. So, of course, you know, he done blowed up in the chest, you know. So, of course, here comes Elizabeth. Elizabeth was like, we're not doing this now. What is going on? So they get back to the kitchen, and here's Jen. Jen was like, what's up? Did y'all see when Jen said that? Jen said, what's up? Like, what? I got time. I'm sitting here, I'm eating these chips and crackers and cheese. What's up, Andre? And of course, you know, Andre, you know, he didn't say anything. And, you know, Elizabeth was all like, oh my God. You know, it was so funny. And so then they all at this party and Elizabeth and Andre leaves. Did y'all think that was weird? Who leaves their baby shower before everybody else? Usually, the pregnant wife is the last one to leave. They left before the party, child. Honey, did you see Andre? He had them gifts in his hand, honey. He said, let me gather up all these gifts. And Gia said, bye. Honey, that Jen, woo, she cracked me up. She was like, deuces. Don't let the door hit you with a good little splinter. That's what she said. Anyway, so of course, you know, Elizabeth was upset about that. Elizabeth, they're in the car. Andre, he brought it up again about how, he didn't want Jen to be there, all this stuff. And so Elizabeth was like, it's my sisters, okay? You were acting real rude. You're just going to have to stop doing this, okay? And of course, Jen's whole thing is, Andre don't work. He has no say in none of it, okay? So later on, Elizabeth thought it was a good idea to have Jen and Andre, have a little talk through at brunch. So they all meet at this restaurant, and Jen, right off the bat, what's up? Jen said, you got something to say? So Andre was like, I'm sick of you butting into, our lives, being nosy. You always got something to say. And so Jen, she was firing like, honey, she was loaded, locked, and ready. She said, listen here, you don't have a job. Okay? You don't have a job. She was like, you really think that I was not going to show up to my sister's baby shower? She said, do you really think that my sister was not going to invite me for my sister's baby shower? Okay? We were all here together. We were sisters before you came into the picture. And my sister having a baby shower, I will be there whether you like it or not. Honey, I like Jen. Jen is something else. And so Andre, they were going back and forth. Andre was raising his voice, and Jen was like, you better bring that down to a 2. See, you up here at a 10. I'm going to need for you to... I don't know who you think you're dealing with. You know? You know? I mean, that whole thing was too funny to me. So, here's Elizabeth. Shut up, Andre. Shut up. Did y'all... honey, Elizabeth, she fed up, okay? She is fed up. It wasn't enough bacon, eggs, bread to calm her down. Honey, she done told Andre to shut up. She said, shut up. Andre sitting there sweating like a whore in church. Did y'all see Andre sweating? He did not know what to do, child. So anyway, that tickled me. Anyway, Elizabeth was like, y'all just need to stop, all right? We all know what this fight is about. So she was telling Andre to calm down. That's her sister. She has a right to her opinion. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Andre can solve all this by getting a job. But he ain't getting a job. So Elizabeth might as well be ready to deal with her sisters and everybody in that family. So Andre might as well be ready to deal with the sisters and everybody in that family. What y'all think about Jen? I liked her. Oh, she cracked me up. Let's talk about Chantel and Pedro. Chantel and Pedro, they're still in the Dominican Republic. They're walking hand in hand. Just to have, some time together, outside, and, spend a little time together. Well, of course, the fight brought up. Okay, so then they start talking about, what happened the night before when, Chantel told the mama, won't start none, won't be none. They talked about their conversation and, Chantel was like, look, she came at me, She keeps saying that it's my family's fault. And that's not what it is, Pedro, okay? Your family has something to do with it too. It ain't just my fault. And then, Pedro, he had the bright idea, you know what, I'm here, it's my family, I'm going to need for you to talk to my sister. Okay, y'all need to resolve this. And I'm thinking to myself, why? Now, Pedro, you know good and well that the sister and the mama don't like Chantel. Chantel don't like them. Why in the world would you want the sister to talk to her? It was ridiculous, just absolutely ridiculous. And so Chantel was like, no, like, no. And he was like, well, I'm here. Okay? You here. And if you don't do this, you can leave. You can go back to Atlanta. See, Pedro did a whole lot of threatening this episode with pack your stuff and leave. Go back to Atlanta. If you don't talk to my sister, go back to Atlanta. You will do this because you're my wife. If you don't, go back to Atlanta. Honey, I would have packed my bag so fast. I would have been like, okay. Honey, clothes would have been flying. Okay? Chantel got some patience. There is... so toxic. So toxic. Long story short, Chantel agrees to meet up with Pedro's sister. They are still talking about this fight. Yo, I am so tired of hearing about that fight. Okay, we already know how it happened. We already know what went down. Can we please stop talking about it? If you keep bringing it up, you can't move on. Anyway, so Pedro's sister show up. Did y'all see how she walked to that table? Pedro's sister was like, Pedro's sister had time. She had a two-piece on and a bold lipstick. She had time for Chantel. She been waiting for this. So, of course, she shows up, and what do they talk about? The fight. They talk about how her family disrespected, Pedro, her mom, her. We hear this all the time, okay? Chantel is like, listen, your family was disrespecting my family, okay? So it was a back and forth between these two. Anything resolved out of it? No. Nothing resolved, okay? Chantel, she gets up because, honey, Pedro's sister said, you don't deserve my brother. Now, Pedro's sister, now I know you love your brother, but honey, Pedro is not a prize. Pedro ain't no prize girl. I don't know but that's your brother, so anyway. So, of course, this hurt Chantel's feelings. And she was like, what? So Chantel says, bye. So she gets up, she walks off. Here's Pedro. Okay, bye. So Chantel walks off. She goes to she walks to some type of bar. Of course, Pedro follows her. And Chantel's upset. She is upset about how the whole dinner happened. First of all, she had no business, meeting with the sister. That's the producers, okay? The producers put that together. It's not a doubt in my mind. They had no business talking. They can't stand each other, so what was there to talk about? Absolutely nothing. Of course, this was the end result. So Pedro is like, you didn't even apologize. You didn't apologize. Just say you're sorry. Just say you're sorry. That's what Pedro kept telling Chantel. Pedro thinks that if Chantel just say, I'm sorry, miraculously, his mother and sister is going to love her. It's going to like her. No, okay? And why should Chantel say she's sorry if she don't feel like she's sorry? Chantel has said before, hey, we were both wrong, okay? And Chantel said something very clear to him. She said, how about you take it up for me sometimes? I'm your wife, okay? You want me to do all this stuff in the name of being your wife. How about you do some stuff in the name of being my husband? Why don't you tell them to say they're sorry? Okay, why you always got their back and you don't have mine? I agree with Chantel on that one, okay? So, anyway, she starts crying, and she let us know that it's a lot of things that we don't know about. A whole lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that they have done, that they have said that we don't know anything about. And that may be true. Y'all know how these reality shows are. I'm sure that they, clip this, clip that. And we're not with them 24/7, so no. It may be some extra stuff that may have been said or done that we don't know about. But we can only go by from what we see. Okay, we can't go by what we don't know, so... Chantel says that the marriage is over. Okay, she don't want to be filmed anymore. And honey, she went to stepping. So she ends up back at the hotel room. And here comes Pedro. Pedro says that, you know, he just can't take it. He is stressed out. All right. So he's packing up his stuff. He's going back to mommy. He's going back to his mommy. Okay, he's going to leave his wife in a foreign country by herself to go back to his mama's house. Now, y'all know that's wrong. No, absolutely. Anyway, so Chantel was like, you're going to leave me here? You're going to leave me here? And so he was like, just say you're sorry. Just apologize. You know, I can't live like this. You know, all this stuff. And of course, Chantel ain't apologizing. Because she was like, it ain't all my fault. It ain't all my family's fault. Your family has a part in this too. But of course, Pedro, he don't want to hear it. He packs up his bag and he leaves. And so Chantel said before he walked out that door, she said, if you leave, this is it. This is our marriage, honey. Out the door he goes. Let me know what you think about this episode. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next week, friends, bye.